Good morning, beautiful mama. So happy Monday, first Monday of February. And this month, I have dedicated myself to help you all live and love. Okay. And the reason I chose this, of course, is because this is the month of Valentine's Day and it really helps you guys get to where you're trying to be. So, first off, if you're new here, I'm Denise Boyd, the unprofessional mom. You can see it right there. and what I do is I help moms put themselves first because I believe that if you can't take care of you first, put yourself first, then it's kind of hard for you to truly show up for anyone else to where you're supposed to. And it's crazy because the world teaches us, to do it the opposite way. So I'm talking about love today, and I really want to focus on love this month because you all listen to me. The world, the movies we watch, the songs we listen to, the TV shows we watch, culture has taught us to look at love in a way for us to kind of, I guess, how can I put it? Let me put it this way. So it teaches us to be everything we can for everyone else, to love everyone else and kind of just put our love or our needs for love to the side. And what I think that has done for us as people is kind of, set us back on the back burner and we're depleted. And as a mom, you guys, I think that's crazy because first off, before you were a mom, you were you. So today it's all about getting back to you. Okay. So today is episode 27. And you guys, I can't believe that I'm on the 27th episode, but I'm super excited. And one thing that I'm thinking about doing is turning all this into a podcast. So, episode 27, what we are talking about today is inward bliss because bliss is cool, but it really starts in one place only, and that's inside. Inward bliss, embracing self-love practices. All right, so excuse that blip, you guys. This is a part of me. So one thing about me is that I love me. And I love me because I know me. So one thing I tell people, I'm very awkward. I know that I'm awkward. I know that I'm clumsy. And I know that I have the corniest jokes. But that's just who I am. And that's okay, right? So the whole key for what we're going through today is to help you fall in love with you, all of you, okay? Because so self-love practices is one thing, but there's a prerequisite to that, okay? So here's the problem or opportunity today. The problem or opportunity is practically implementing self-love practices. So there is something huge here, okay? The huge thing here, the solution is to master the prerequisite. So first off, if you've ever been to school, ever heard anyone talk about school, especially college. So I was a teacher, but before I could even get into the teacher program, the education program, whatever it's called, I can't even remember now. It's been a while. But before I could even get the teacher education program, I had to meet the prerequisites. Before anyone can get into medical school, they have to meet the prerequisites. So if with anything in life, there are going to be prerequisites that you have to meet before you can go to the next level. It just makes sense. So if you find out or you find yourself in a spot where you are not implementing self-love practices for yourself, it's because you have not mastered the prerequisite, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person, that you're just horrible. No, it just means you hadn't mastered the prerequisite. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. I was there, so I get it. So here's the prerequisite. The prerequisite is simply to fall in love with you. I know that sounds crazy. So how in the world, the unprofessional mom, how do I fall in love with me, daddies? So here's the deal. Honestly, in order for you to fall in love with you, you have to be aware of yourself. And a lot of people are afraid to be aware of themselves because they're going to find out things about themselves they don't like. But I say that's a good thing. If you find out things about yourself you don't like, then you're in the driver's seat. You get to decide what to do with that. And if you find things you like, great. You get to decide what to do with that too. Because one thing I found, and this has nothing to do with this topic, but a lot of people talk about finding their purpose. And it's hard to find your purpose if you hadn't found you, if you hadn't figured out who you were and fallen in love with yourself. So falling in love with yourself is actually going to help you with a lot of stuff, not just your self-care practices, okay? So I want you to have that self-awareness, fall in love with yourself. And the best way to do that is to find out who you truly are. So I tell people all the time, I've said this before on here, is date yourself. you dated your significant other, or you're dating one now, or you've dated someone in the past, and you wanted to find out about them, or you have a friend, and before y'all became true friends, you had to find out about each other. And that's what this is about. I want you to find out about you, because oftentimes we go into romantic relationships and our significant others know more about us than we actually know about ourselves. And I think that's crazy. So I want you, mama, to know who you are, okay? Because knowing who you are is super important. All right. So here's something that I want you to practice. I want you to do this. I really do, because this is going to help you actually figure out who you are, fall in love with you, and it will allow you to actually practice those things. It's like I tell people, like when I used to buy Coach purses, because those are my favorite. When I used to buy them, I would take care of those things because I love my Coach purses. I took care of them, and not love like I love a person, but in Spanish there are different ways to say love. And there's one for like things, and then there's some for like people. But I love my Coach purses. I took care of them, and we take care of things we love. So I want you to fall in love with you so that you can love you. And let me show you what I want you to do. This will help you. So first off, I want you to decide who you want to be. Because when you decide who you want to be, you're going to find out that you're not that person at this moment, or that you have allowed things to come into your life that are keeping you from being that person. Because oftentimes the desires that we have within us are actually who we are. Okay. So what I want you to do is actually think about that. Okay. Think about who you are. Decide today who you want to be. Write it down, pen to paper, or in your notes app or your phone or pad. Do that, okay? And then what I want you to do is to decide what you want to do. For example, do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be I don't know, a healthcare professional of some sort? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be a YouTuber? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a digital creator? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Like, whatever it is you want to be, I want you to decide what you want to do. So decide who you want to be, what you want to do. And then I want you to decide what you want to have. Now, oftentimes I hear people say, list a whole bunch of the things that you want out of life. And that's good. But I really believe that before you can have what you want to have, you have to be that person. You have to be the person that has the things. Because if you don't identify as the person that has the things, then either you won't have the things or you get the things and they'll go away because they don't align with who you are. Okay? So decide who you want to be, decide what you want to do, and then decide what you want to have. And I would actually look at this monthly. And if there are things that change, great, change them. I would even keep the different drafts so I can go back and look at them. And something that is really powerful, you all, and I'm probably giving y'all a lot more today. What's super powerful is if you actually read these things every day. Because what it does something to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind believes whatever goes in it. So the more you say it, the more it hears it, the more it will become that, which is what takes me to the next one, which is for you to realign your lifestyle to include who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And the best way to do that is for you to actually write those things down, read those things every day. You can just read it, you can say it out loud, you can actually record yourself saying it and just replay it every day. And then you can start realigning your life. Like, for example, before I became a YouTuber, I had to find a digital creator and a mom coach. I had to find a way to put these things, make these things occur in my daily life. And I had to do something that I believe is called Atomic Habits by James Clear, about habit stacking. So he talks about habit stacking in his book. If you haven't read this book yet, it's worth a read, okay? You got to get that book. It's definitely worth a read, because if you want your life to be something for you because you are important, I want you to habit stack. So even if you're not taking the kind of care of yourself now that you want to, as you learn more about you and you love you more, I want you to habit stack some of those things. So there may be things you're already doing. Let's say, for example, you're, I don't know, you are brushing your teeth, which is something we already do. Maybe after you brush your teeth, you want to go ahead and make yourself look pretty, doll yourself up if you want to, like take care of yourself. And maybe while you're laying in bed before you go to sleep, maybe you want to read a book, maybe you want to read for 10 minutes, like habit stack, add things on there that's going to help you show love to yourself. And one of the best ways to show love to yourself is, like I always say, learn more about you, because you are important. I want you, mama, to fall in love with you. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap. So this is episode 27, all about inward bliss, which is embracing self-love practices. And the problem, of course, or opportunity is practically implementing self-love practices. And the solution was for, excuse me, for you to master the prerequisite. And the prerequisite is to fall in love with you, which in layman's terms is simply self-awareness. And the way to fall in love with yourself is to find out who you truly are. And one of the ways I like to do this is to date myself, but also I decide who I want to be. I decide what I want to do, and I decide what I want to have. And that's what I want you to do. Decide who you want to be, decide what you want to do, and decide what you want to have. And then realign your lifestyle to include things that are relative to who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And then, mamas, you've got this. So, what I want you to do in the meantime, if you would love to share a tip or something with me, or maybe even something you have questions about, please, by all means, share that with me on social and Messenger. So, you can go to Facebook or you can go to Instagram and find me as the Unprofessional Mom, and I would love to help you. But if you would like to chat with me one-on-one, go ahead and go on to theunprofessionalmom.com, and you will see where you can actually chat with me for free for a whole hour, where I'm actually going to help you. I do not want to, do anything crazy, but what I want to do is make sure I can help you right where you are, and we will be good to go, and you will be good to go. I want you to leave feeling like you've gotten something and you could actually move in your life, because without moving in your life, nothing changes. So it's time for movement, not just like this kind. We want you to go up, okay? Because if you're already doing this movement, that movement doesn't count. I want you to have upward movement, okay? But in the meantime, I'm here because I love you, and I don't just love you, I love you to life, okay? So beautiful mamas, I love you to life, and I will see you all next time.